Hi everybody. Mental well-being is in turn means our feelings and thoughts and feelings, and it's all about how we cope with day-to-day living as well. Mental health is different, it's not the same, but they both do influence each other in a way that if for long periods of time, like for a long period, you're suffering with low mental well-being, that can lead into mental health conditions such as anxiety, depression. It has to be on a long period of time before something like that is diagnosed, because we can all have our ups and downs from day to day and feel a bit negative and feel angry and sad and overwhelmed. That's what, what I mean? Like, mental well-being is not about just feeling positive all the time. We all get negative. Like I said, we all feel negative from time to time with those feelings, like anger, sadness, and feeling overwhelmed. So by having long periods of low mental well-being means it can be diagnosed into a mental health condition, can develop into a mental health condition such as anxiety or depression or so forth. But as well, you can also have, if you're suffering with mental health problems, you can have long periods of being able to maintain good mental well-being as well. It doesn't mean to say you're always going to have that low feeling of mental well-being. It's all about how you cope with things, how you respond to things, like your behaviours and your cravings there, what you do to help with it, to be able to maintain and help with maintain good mental well-being as well. Now, building on resilience is good. Resilience around things, strengthening the resilience will help with confidence, build on the confidence there. But when you've got good mental well-being, it's all about being able to cope with those day-to-day stresses, how you respond to it, just being able to cope with it without any difficulties, being able to, like, strong relationships such as strong connections with friends, family, work, like colleagues, just being able to connect more easily with other people because a lot of the time, if you're suffering with those difficult feelings and emotions, those thoughts going inwardly, and sometimes it can make you feel overwhelmed. You've got that added layer on top, the anger, the hatred that you may go towards with it. And that's a natural response sometimes when you're feeling like that. But it takes time and it takes practice of not doing that and creating a new habits and behaviours of getting a more better understanding and being able to maintain properly, going towards those feelings and those difficult feelings and emotions that you may experience in a way that's not creating the added pain and suffering on top of it. Building on your confidence, having those coping tools there to maintain good mental well-being as well, like being able to deal with those difficult feelings and emotions and the difficult situations in a way that you're going to be able to let it arise and pass. Now, sometimes that block goes there and it doesn't arise and pass, and that's where the addict comes in, and it makes it more difficult, it just makes the whole situation more difficult to cope with. So practicing mindfulness is good for emotional health, it's good for being able to cope with those difficult situations, those difficult feelings and emotions that you may experience in a more calmer way and with clarity as well, without feeling overwhelmed by it all, because sometimes that's what happens, feeling overwhelmed. So mindfulness is a good thing for emotional health as well, but it takes a lot of practice, but it's worth doing. Just because of having mental health problems, there are things that can be done to help with it, to help maintain good mental well-being. So that's the difference. Mental health is different to mental well-being, but it's the connection there, because we can all quite easily go down that road where something big might happen. It's normally something big in our lives that may happen that creates those problems, that draws us to those problems and develops into something. But there are ways of coping with those situations and being able to maintain it, and having those long periods of maintaining good mental well-being as well. Learning to, once you learn with your thoughts and your feelings, being able to cope with it, starting to express how you're feeling. There are many different ways of doing it. Doing exercise, daily exercise, activity and good nutrition is very good to help with stress. Very good for stress. It's very good for low self-esteem. If you're suffering with low self-esteem, it's good for our energy levels as well. If you're lacking in motivation, it can help build on that, and it can also help build on your confidence, because once you feel confident within yourself, you start to see those things that you do are working. Once you feel a bit more confident within yourself. So I just wanted to do this video because mental health and mental well-being is two different things, but they do influence each other. But there is hope. If you're out there and you're suffering, if you're suffering with mental health problems, there are things that you can try, those self-help coping strategies. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be in that low situation all the time. But sometimes we all need that bit of a push, that bit of encouragement, that bit of hope there, to know that. And that's what I'm saying here. There is hope. Giving that encouragement there, that bit of support to anybody out there that is in that predicament, that is suffering with mental health problems, that you can get through it. There is hope there. It's just all about what you do to help with it, how you respond to what is going on within yourself, your behaviours, how you behave towards it, the added laid on top, the anger, the hatred, the resentment just makes things worse. So it's responding in a different way towards your illness, in a way that it's going to make it that much easier to cope with, responding towards it, letting it arise and pass, responding in a calmer way, because it will get easier. Over time, these things get easier to cope with, maintain, and to be able to cope with eventually with situations that do arise. Is all about what you do to help with it. And the most important thing is what you do. The more you do it, the more benefit you get from it. And it is possible to do. It is possible to do things. It's not just about having medication and that's it. It's all about other things, doing other things that's going to work and benefit you to help you maintain a good mental well-being, really. So I'm going to end the video there. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it will be of some help to somebody, because it is important, and it is important to have things in place to help with, we all need it, our mental well-being, building on them structures, strengthening your mind, strengthening to get that confidence to be able to deal with difficult situations that arise in our day-to-day living, because we all get it from time to time. Like I said, we're not all positive all the time. You don't have to have mental health problems to feel negative. We can all feel negative at some point, like feeling overwhelmed, sad, angry. We can all get that. So we all need something in place to be able to deal with those difficult situations, just as well as people that are suffering with mental health problems, to maintain a good, healthy mental well-being. So I'm going to end the video there. Don't forget to give us a like. If you wish to subscribe, feel free to, and see you in the next video.